Do you know what is the secret to sustainable weight loss? The secret to sustainable weight loss is not to focus on weight loss. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it is true. Let me explain. The root cause of weight gain for 99.9% of the population is their daily habitual behaviors. If you want to lose weight for life, you must change the unhealthy behaviors that you engaged in that cause you to gain weight in the first place and replace those behaviors with healthy ones. This is not just my opinion, it's a fact. Well, how do you develop new habitual behaviors? Very simple. Through repetition. If you repeat an action long enough, sooner or later that action becomes habitual. Now, there are some actions that can never become habitual, no matter how many times you repeat them, like counting calories, counting points, measuring your food, because those actions require conscious thought to make the calculations. But that's a conversation for another day. For now, all you need to know is that any behavior that has the potential to become habitual, it can become habitual through repetition. Now, as far as your ability to keep repeating something, let me ask you a question. What is easier to keep repeating? One new behavior or 5 new behaviors? Obviously, one new behavior is much easier to stick with than 5. Won't you agree with that? Now, here's the problem. On average, most people need to engage in at least 3 or more new healthy behaviors in order to lose weight and improve their health. For example, most people will need to engage in some form of exercising, change many of the foods that they're eating and include new foods they don't currently eat, and they need to stop eating as often. Now, if you go ahead and try to make all those changes in your life all at once, you might lose weight fast, but chances are, due to the discomfort you will feel with so much change, you will end up burning out before any of those new behaviors have a chance of becoming habitual. Don't take my word for it. Just look at the current methods of weight loss. They have people make all the necessary changes in their life all at once and look at the end results. Although most people do lose weight, only around 5% of the people are able to keep the weight off. Why? Because the vast majority of people can't tolerate the amount of discomfort that is created by all those changes that are made long enough for those changes to become habitual, so they end up burning out and quitting. The best way to approach change is to focus on making one change at a time. This will keep the discomfort that you feel tolerable, which will greatly increase your chance of sticking with the new behavior long enough to become habitual. It's like putting the new behavior on autopilot. Once that happens, you no longer need to worry about the behavior and you can start working on the next healthy behavior that you need to incorporate into your life. This approach does have a drawback. Because you're working on changing only one behavior at a time, and if you need to change, let's say, 4 behaviors before you start losing weight, you might not see weight loss after developing the first few habits, and that might discourage some people and quit. This is why, if you're looking for sustainable weight loss, you should not focus on weight loss. Your success indicators should be on how you're doing on the habit that you're working on, and keep in mind that you will lose weight sooner or later. It's only a matter of developing enough healthy behaviors. Now, this approach has a huge benefit over any other weight loss approach. Because you took the time and made completely habitual all the healthy behaviors that help you lose weight and improve your health. Unlike with other weight loss approaches, which rely on motivation and willpower to maintain the results, with this approach, no motivation or willpower is required to maintain your lean and healthy body. Your new habitual behaviors will help you maintain your lean and healthy body effortlessly. And this is how you put your weight loss program on autopilot. Now, I know that many people believe, including many fitness professionals, that once people see results, they'll be motivated to keep going. Well, if that was true, how do you explain the fact that 95% of the people who do lose weight end up regaining the weight back? If seeing results was enough to keep people motivated, they should not have any problem with keeping the weight off. But that is not the case. Here's a fact you should know. The best results in the world will not keep most people motivated to keep going if the results were achieved through a method that is overwhelming. Making tons of changes in someone's life all at once, it's overwhelming for the vast majority of people. The other problem with relying on motivation and willpower is that they don't last forever. Sooner or later, Everyone runs out of motivation and willpower, and if you rely on them to eat healthy and to exercise, you will not be consistent with those behaviors, and thus the results you will not be maintainable. If you're looking for sustainable weight loss, the only way to achieve that is through permanent changes in your daily habitual behaviors, so you will not need to rely on motivation or willpower to stick with the new healthy behaviors. Like I explained earlier, the best way to make permanent changes in your daily habitual behaviors is to focus on changing one behavior at a time. There is no better way to achieve sustainable weight loss. I do understand that people want to feel like they're making progress, but the scale is not the only way to measure progress. With my Live Your Way Thin system, although the ultimate goal is to help you lose weight and improve your health, we don't use the scale to track progress. Instead, we measure progress based on how you're doing on the healthy behavior you're working on making habitual.